So whilst we talk a lot about AI adoption and trends in the advice community, and particularly in the wealth management sector, I think it's really important to also understand what's happening at the consumer level. So we obviously need to think about how clients of financial advisors are feeling about AI, how they're using AI in their daily life, because this will definitely lead to questions, no doubt, that are coming your way about from your clients about how you're using AI in your job, and in turn, how are they actually going to be using AI and consuming your advice. So it came across some great up-to-date research on just what some of the recent consumer trends are about AI usage across, and this is really predominantly US-based research, but I think it's really, really telling in terms of just how widespread AI adoption is, and probably gives us a bit of an insight as to where things are headed. AI awareness is really, really high. So 98% of people, and this is US research, I should preface with this, are aware of AI. Maybe they don't understand what it means, but at least they've heard the term. They know enough about it to be mentioned. I found it quite fascinating that the more people know about AI than Doritos, that's quite high. But obviously, it's given a few benchmarks. And for context, more people know about AI than Viagra, which I find really staggering. Anyway, so some good benchmarks there, and certainly shows you just how in a very short period of time, AI is really in the public vernacular. There's also some interesting data there on just the number of news reports about AI. It's just through the roof. That's touching consumers as well. I think it's the usage data that's really interesting to me. So one thing we're sort of seeing here is that, so Gen Z is obviously has used AI. So absolutely, we're starting to see that it's sort of creeping up quite significantly. 2/3 of people, of students, have used ChatGPT in the last month. I think it's probably even higher. I think access to ChatGPT is probably the number one reason why some people are not using it, or they're too busy doing other things. They're not even doing their homework. But you can sort of see an unsurprising trend there in adoption across the different generations based on their comfort levels. I'll probably share in the future too some interesting data on just how comfortable, you can almost follow a similar pattern in terms of how comfortable these people are to actually share personal information with AI. And we're seeing increased trends of Gen Z and millennials are actually using ChatGPT for mental health reasons. They're using it for counseling, for coaching, for running problems through them. So they really are quite comfortable to use AI as a coach, for lack of a better term, which I think has potentially some long-term ramifications for how we think as an industry. But, it's really the younger generation driving this. So for the first time, we've actually now seen ChatGPT overtake Roblox from a Google search perspective. So ChatGPT is now more commonly used than Roblox. Maybe that's not a bad thing that people are coming home and jumping on ChatGPT instead of Roblox. It's certainly less expensive, but it's now becoming partially Google for people, which I just think this adoption curve is something we haven't really seen before. So I'll keep sharing some more data and research on this, but I think it's really, really important to be cognizant, not just of how we think about AI in the context of our own businesses, but be really aware and mindful and talking to our clients, potentially about their attitudes to AI. And if you are going down the path of exploring AI solutions in your business, expect that it will be top of mind for clients to just understand how you're using AI, and certainly Finura encourages people to be really forthcoming in disclosures around that. So, I hope you found that data really interesting. Consumer Trends Report, lots of research being done across the world right now on this thing, but I expect those trends will keep continuing at a pace that we just haven't seen before.